Hey guys, I'm back to talk about a little bit about label reading, ingredient watching, just kind of some alternatives, just a quick overview before we do any future recipes, just so you have a background. As we've gone through all this, we've kind of learned that celiac disease and a gluten-free diet is not a one-size-fits-all thing. There's people that, if they're exposed a little bit to a crumb or something, it doesn't bother them too much, and there's people that can't touch anything that has gluten because it'll break them out in a rash. So there's different levels here, and I'm gonna just go over my own lifestyle and tolerance to it, which isn't very much. So we'll get it. I have a ton of stuff here, so if it's a little jumbled, bear with me and we'll make it through it. One thing I want to talk about is you want to be very aware of everything that's in what you're eating and what you're cooking. On the back of everything there should be a label, and if there isn't, don't buy it. But let's take just these sunflower seeds for instance. If you look on the back of here, right here under the nutritional facts, so on the back of these, the ingredients are right here. It says sunflower seeds, salt, and olive oil. Pretty simple, pretty good, pretty clean, so we don't have to worry about this. But the same company, different product, we'll turn it over and look at the ingredients list. And on the back of here, right there, it says monosodium glutamate. That's MSG. That's something that you have to look for in everything. MSG used to be derived from wheat. It's been changed other places, and it might be changed in the US, but it's something that's not good for you anyway, so you want to look out for that. I have a problem with MSG, so anything with MSG in it, I don't touch or I don't eat. Another example is things that you need to look out for everything, because in ranch you don't really think of anything that would be in there because it's pretty simple. But again, if you look on the back of here in that ingredient list, there's a MSG in it. So check everything, even if you're pretty sure that it's okay. It's better safe than sorry. And with things, there's usually a pretty safe alternative. Just keep looking at different brands, and you'll find one without MSG. Also, to make it easier, first check on the ingredient list. There should be a place that has allergy information or allergy warning. These, on the back of here, you can see that it contains wheat and soy. So right off the bat, you don't even have to read the label on that. You can just kick it out. There's with ingredient watching, just always make sure you read that, because products will say that they're wheat-free, but that doesn't mean that they're gluten-free. So yeah, just make yourself completely aware of what's good for you, and as you keep doing it, you'll kind of just know what products you can have, what you can't, and you'll develop some sort of a routine. The big thing is finding kind of an alternative flour. White flour and wheat flour and barley flour There's probably a couple others, but anything that's derived from wheat, you have to look out for. There's a ton of different flours out there that you still can use. I got a couple right here that we've grown accustomed to and that are really, really good. This is probably the one that we use the most, is the white rice flour. Really fine, and it's just ground rice. We use this a lot for everything. I mean, my wife likes it. She likes it better than your regular flour. We use it for pretty much anything. Cookies, really good, really fine, good taste to it. There's some out there that kind of taste a little funky, but as you get accustomed to what you like, then yeah, just experiment with them and you'll find stuff that you like. But rice flour is really good, and if you have to add it to like soups to thicken things up, it's really nice to use. It doesn't hold together very well if you're trying to mold things and have them stay. It'll kind of break apart. But one that I really like is quinoa flour. This holds together really well. Tastes good as well. We kind of just stock up on them because you never know when you're going to use them, and they're really handy to have. The rice flour is pretty cheap too, so that's not too bad as an alternative. Skipping over to this side, we're gonna look at oats real quick, and some people can have these, some people can't, but when you're dealing with processed oats, kind of mass-produced stuff, you have to look out for the purity of things, and this kind of stuff could be cross-contaminated with a gluten product. So there's an easy alternative that is exactly the same, but you can find packages like this. It's a gluten-free oats, and then also this one. Really easy, just says gluten-free on them. But these, they taste exactly the same. They're delicious and nutritious. That's one thing that I do want to talk about is cross-contamination, because a lot of people, especially when they're first diagnosed or introduced to a gluten-free diet, they or people around them will think that you can just, you can go buy a hamburger and just take the bun off and you'll be fine. But you need to stay away from stuff like that, because if something's been, obviously laying on, it's going to leave leftovers for you. And anything, like we said earlier, a crumb will hurt you. Even touching this stuff will hurt you. So there's no just taking the bun off. Buffets are pretty dicey because of all the, there's so many people coming in and out of there. You don't know if a spoon's been taken out of a product that has gluten in it and put in a different one, and people are carrying plates everywhere. Stuff might drop into the food. So it's kind of your guys' call on that, but just so you know, buffets are a little much to look for. And also, you can ask the cooks what they put in it, but it's kind of tough to get exactly the information you want at a buffet. Also, my wife and I, and with other family as well, but we have separate toasters that will toast gluten-free bread or bagels or anything in one toaster, and then they'll have their separate toaster. There's so many crumbs that fall off in the toaster that, just look in the bottom of it right now and you'll find them. So yeah, like peanut butter is in the peanut butter jar, if you're double dipping your knife in there to spread it over, it's gonna transfer crumbs into there, and then yeah. So cross-contamination is a big thing. You gotta look out for that. When you're going through this, you'll probably find that there are other ingredients other than wheat that you have to look out for. I was trying to adapt the gluten-free diet, and I was still feeling a bit ill. And I would try certain products, and it would make me feel, when I would lose my appetite. Like I just wouldn't want to eat anymore, and that's a clue for me that there's probably something in it that I can't have. I would read the ingredient list of these products, and there was a couple culprits, I guess, that kept coming out, and one of them is soy lecithin. It's a filler, and it's in quite a few things. A lot of chocolates and sweets, candy, a lot of stuff, ice cream, a lot of sweet things. So I stay away from that. I've read that, you know, some people can have it and don't have any problem with it, but that's, again, this is my adaptation to it, because this is what I've experienced. Also, artificial colors, a lot of people have had problems with that too. Mine specifically is red 40. So I'm a huge Mountain Dew person, but the Code Red style is off limits to me. So some future things to look forward to, some recipes. We'll be making some really good meat dishes. We make a lot of vegan food in this house. So there will be a mix of things. I'm not just going to stick with one food group. We're going to also look in how to adapt recipes, substituting ingredients and stuff like that. So look forward to it. One last thing is just trust your gut with all of this. If you're having problems still after going gluten-free, there's probably some other things that you have to get out of your diet, or your routine or whatever. Like I said, mine was soy lecithin and red 40. So you know, if you're eating the right food, you shouldn't feel sick. That's the whole thing, is food doesn't usually make you sick. There's usually something in there that's causing you to be this way. So sorry for the length, but this is all pretty important. But we'll get into some good recipes soon, and we'll see you later.